everybody, my name is Mars. You can call me MG if you'd like, and today I have for you my August TBR. Crazy that we're already in August, but that's just how time works. I will say, right off the bat, this is kind of a spoiler for my July wrap-up, but not really, because I'm not going to go into details. But I did just want to mention the fact that for, I think, the first time ever, I did not finish my monthly TBR in July. And I am okay with that. I've just been feeling a little bit overwhelmed isn't quite the word because I don't think I'm overwhelmed, but I just have a little bit too much going on. I feel pulled in a few too many directions. So I think for August we're just going to chill a little bit, and instead of pulling 5 cards for my TBR game, we're just going to pull 3. But that is at the end of this video. We have a few other things to get to first to pick out some TBR books, so let's get to those. So as always, the first thing that I do is pick 2 things from my 25 in 2025 list to prioritize in the month. So I've got my jar with all the slips of paper in it, and we're gonna give it a good shake. Now I feel like there's a lot in here that I've already read without having to pull from here, so we'll see. If I pull something that I've already read, we'll just put it to the side and pick out a different slip. But we'll just have to find out. Our first one is, ooh, Ice Planet Barbarians. Exciting. Honestly, when I'm feeling overwhelmed, although I said I'm not feeling overwhelmed, but like almost overwhelmed, Ice Planet Barbarians is a good one to pick because they are short and fast-paced and just utterly ridiculous, and I'm so excited to continue on. I believe I'm on book number 5. So, very happy about that. And then for our second one, we have, this one is already unfolded. Oh, not something I expected to get to, but we have Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. So I guess I'm actually putting a few books on because, spoiler alert for future content, Leigh Bardugo is an author that I want to do one of my taste test videos for, which I've only done a couple of times. I meant to do more, but it just hasn't happened yet. But I've never read from Leigh Bardugo before, so I want to pick a few of her books and try several of them to see if she's an author that I enjoy. And I guess we're doing that in August. Okay, now I'm extra glad that I won't be pulling 5 cards from my TBR game. Next, we have my 2 book clubs that I am part of. The first of which is the Nostalgia Train book club, and in August we will be reading A Court of Thorns and Roses, although "we" is not exactly accurate because I personally will not be reading it. I do like participating in the book club, but I know that this is not a book for me. I have read it before and I didn't like it. It's a loud car going by. I didn't like A Court of Thorns and Roses, and I have really no desire to reread it, so I am just going to pass on that this month. For the other book club I'm in, the Bujo Buddies book club, the book pick is The Only One Left by Riley Sager, and I am apprehensively excited about this. Riley Sager is another author that I've never read from before. I don't think I'm going to do a taste test video for him, though. I'm not that intrigued, but I am interested in seeing what all the hype is because I know he's a very popular author, and this is also a genre that I don't pick up super often because he writes thrillers, so some fun stuff. And finally, we come to my TBR game. So I've got the cards here. The deck is getting smaller and smaller because I leave out the ones that I pull each month so they don't come up again, but we do still have a substantial amount left. We're gonna split it, let's split it near the top actually. Let's just go here, just to prove to you I'm not putting certain ones on the top to get specific cards. But we're going to pull 3 instead of 5. So starting off, we've got the Sorcerer, fun. We have the Celestial. I think I know what this one is, but I'm not positive. There are a lot of prompts. I do not have all of them memorized. But our third and final card for the month of August is, the 3 of Beasts. Okay, so we've got an interesting spread here. I am going to consult my list of prompts, pick out some books, and come back to talk to you guys about them. Okay, it was actually really easy to find books to fit these prompts because they kind of like played into books that I already had on my list. And I do not have any physical books to hold up for you, which is a little bit sad, but I will read some as ebooks and some I think I will get out physically from the library, so it'll still be a nice mix of formats, but I don't own any of these books that I will be reading, so it's a bit strange. But for the Sorcerer, this is a card that has two different prompt options because it is a class card. However, I have already pulled the other Sorcerer and I used it to do the 30 by 30 prompt, so that means I have to go with the other prompt, which is to pick a book from my 25 and 2025 list, and I might as well do one that I pulled for my 25 and 2025 priorities this month. So I'll be going with Barbarian's Prize, which is in fact the 5th book in the series and the next one that I have to read. Then I pulled The Celestial, and the prompt for this is to read a book with a cosmic word in the title, and I have decided to go with Sunbringer by Hannah Kaner. This is the 2nd book in the Fallen Gods series. I read Godkiller a couple of months ago, a month and a half-ish, I think. Don't quote me on that, time means nothing to me, but somewhat recently, and I wasn't completely 100% obsessed with it, but I did still really enjoy it, and I want to continue on, so now I get to continue on. And then, finally, the Three of Beasts. The prompt for this is a Dark Academia, and you know what's Dark Academia? 9th house, so that just fit in so perfectly, and I think this is a nice variety of genres that I've got going on, so I am very excited about August. Hopefully it's more low-key, and if I do find myself with more time to read, I can just do a little bit more mood reading than I normally do, so that's always a great time. It feels a little bit weird because looking at my list, I only have 4 books on my TBR for August, 5 if you count A Court of Thorns and Roses, but I won't be reading that, so 4 books, and normally I have so many more because of pulling more cards or because of readathons, but I'm not doing any readathons in August, so we just have a tiny little stack that I don't even get to hold up because they're all ebooks. But yeah, that is the end of this video, I guess. This was a very short one, but if you've enjoyed it, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. You can subscribe to my channel for more content, and that way I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye everyone!